already becoming easier as our citizens can seamlessly utilize electronic visa systems. To catalyze this partnership in tourism, I propose launching an innovative framework, the STEP and Safari Initiative, by bringing Kazakhstani entrepreneurs to the beautiful Kenyan savannah and Kenyan business leaders to the vast Kazakh landscapes. We will create a creative environment where nature inspires bold business collaboration. Dear participants, today's forum has clearly demonstrated the immense potential of cooperation between Kazakhstan and Kenya and reaffirmed our shared commitment to stronger economic ties. I'm confident that the partnerships and initiatives launched here will create new horizons for trade, investment, innovation, and sustainable growth for our nations. Once again, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to President William Ruto for his historic visit and for his valuable contribution to advancing friendship and cooperation between our countries. Kazakhstan remains dedicated to building a dynamic, forward-looking partnership with Kenya based on mutual respect and common aspirations for prosperity and progress. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. President. Now I would like to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, to address the forum.
Your Excellency, President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, distinguished government officials, business leaders, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to address you today here in Astana, a city that reflects ambition, innovation, and global connectivity. Allow me first to express Kenya's sincere appreciation to the government and the people of Kazakhstan for the warm hospitality extended to my delegation and for convening this most important business forum at such a defining moment in our global economy. Our two countries may be separated by geography, but they are united by ambition, shared purpose, and a common belief in the power of strategic partnerships. Today, the world is being reshaped by shifting trade corridors, supply chain diversification, and energy transition, food security concerns, and rapid technological transformation. In this changing environment, countries that can provide market access, policy stability, innovation ecosystems, and strategic connectivity will emerge as the preferred destinations for investment and for enterprise. At such a moment of geopolitical transition, countries that build trusted partnerships across regions and forge stronger networks of cooperation will not merely adapt to change. They will help shape the next chapter of global growth and shared prosperity. Kazakhstan stands today as the largest economy in Central Asia and an increasingly important bridge into Eurasia. Kenya, on the other hand, has established itself as East Africa's leading commercial, logistics, financial, and innovation hub, providing access to more than 300 million people within the East African community and over 1.4 billion consumers across the African continent. Ladies and gentlemen, bilateral trade between our countries continues to demonstrate strong growth potential, driven largely by Kenyan agricultural exports. This demonstrates both strong market demand and the immense untapped opportunity that still exists between our two economies. Today, we are turning that shared vision into practical economic cooperation and investment opportunity. Kenya is open and ready for business. Our value proposition is clear: strategic market access, political and macroeconomic stability, abundant renewable energy, a young and highly skilled workforce, a government committed to private sector-led growth, and long-term industrial transformation. Our objective is to build a competitive, resilient, innovation-driven economy that creates opportunity while strengthening mutually beneficial global partnerships. Distinguished investors, Kenya's vision is bold and unequivocal: to become a globally competitive, industrialized, high-income economy built on world-class infrastructure, energy security, food security, innovation, and export-led growth. That transformation is already underway. We are executing one of the most ambitious economic modernization programs on the African continent, expanding energy generation, upgrading roads, railways, ports, and airports, strengthening logistics corridors, deepening digital connectivity, modernizing agriculture, and creating new platforms for industrial growth and capital formation. We are also repositioning infrastructure, not as a fiscal burden, but as an investable national asset capable of generating long-term commercial returns through public-private partnerships, institutional capital, and strategic asset mobilization. To support this transformation, Kenya has established strategic investment platforms, including the National Infrastructure Fund, designed to mobilize long-term private capital into commercially viable sectors while strengthening national resilience. For investors gathered here today, this means Kenya is not offering isolated projects. Kenya is offering participation in the transformation of one of the world's fastest growing economic regions. Kenya is not simply inviting trade. Kenya is inviting long-term strategic partnerships. The opportunities before us are immense. In energy particularly, the prospects for Kenya-Kazakhstan partnership are especially very compelling. Kazakhstan brings globally recognized expertise in energy production, uranium and nuclear capabilities, grid infrastructure, industry energy systems, and large-scale resource development. Kenya, meanwhile, is positioning itself as one of Africa's leading green industrial economies, with 93% of our electricity already generated from renewable sources. As we expand national generation capacity towards 10,000 megawatts by 2030, Kenya is opening major opportunities across geothermal development, transmission infrastructure, battery storage systems, smart grids, industrial power solutions, green hydrogen, electric mobility, and climate-smart manufacturing. We also see strong potential for collaboration in peaceful nuclear energy development, energy research, technical training, and industrial energy partnerships as Kenya advances its long-term energy security and industrialization agenda. In mining and critical minerals, the potential for collaboration is especially significant. Kazakhstan is globally respected for its expertise in uranium production, rare earths, mineral processing, geological exploration, metallurgy, and strategic mining infrastructure. Kenya, meanwhile, is accelerating exploration and development across a range of critical minerals, essentially for the global energy transition, including rare earth elements, titanium, graphite, lithium, niobium, and other strategic resources. This partnership can extend beyond extraction into refining, into processing, industrial manufacturing, research collaboration, skills transfer, and the development of integrated regional mineral value chains. In agriculture and food processing, Kenya offers globally renowned tea, coffee, horticulture, and fresh produce, while Kazakhstan brings strengths in grain production, fertilizer value chains, agricultural financing, and large-scale farming expertise. Together, we can build resilient food systems through irrigation cooperation, fertilizer production, agro-processing, commodity logistics, and export-oriented value chains serving both African and Eurasian markets. Kenya is also investing heavily in irrigation, water security, and climate resilience to expand productivity and strengthen long-term food security. In logistics and infrastructure, the ports of Mombasa and Lamu and our modern aviation networks are opening major opportunities in shipping, warehousing, transport logistics, and connectivity, linking Africa to global markets, even as we continue to expand and modernize our infrastructure to meet growing regional and global demands. Along these strategic corridors, Kenya has developed special economic zones and industrial parks designed to attract export-oriented manufacturing, value addition industries, and regional distribution hubs, providing attractive opportunities for investors seeking efficient access to African and global markets through competitive fiscal incentives. In technology and digital innovation, Nairobi has emerged, as was said by His Excellency the President, as Africa's Silicon Savannah, one of the continent's most dynamic centers for fintech, digital innovation, and venture capital. Kenya is also a global leader in mobile money innovation and digital financial inclusion, with M-Pesa and our other broader fintech ecosystem transforming how millions of people and businesses transact, how they save, invest, and how they access financial services. We are implementing one of Africa's most ambitious digital superhighway programs, including nationwide fiber expansion, digitalization of government services, and the establishment of digital innovation hubs across the country. Through our expanded e-citizen platform, thousands of government services have been digitized, making it easier, faster, and much more transparent for business and investors to engage with government. Kenya continues to attract leading global technology and digital services companies, reinforcing Nairobi's position as a regional hub for innovation, software development, business process outsourcing, and digital commerce. We also see enormous potential for cooperation between Astana International Financial Center and the Nairobi International Financial Center as strategic financial gateways into Eurasia and Africa, respectively. Together, these institutions can help facilitate cross-border investment flows, infrastructure financing, private equity partnerships, sovereign investment cooperation, and new channels for capital formation linking our regions. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of global prosperity will be built through strategic partnerships, stronger connectivity, and shared opportunity. Kenya and Africa were once spoken of as markets of future promise. Today, we are the growth frontiers of our time. This is why Kenya and Kazakhstan matter to one another. Together, we can build a new economic bridge between Africa and Central Asia, powered by trade, industrialization, innovation, and shared prosperity. Today, I encourage the business leaders gathered here to move beyond dialogue to deal-making, beyond networking to investment, and beyond ambition to transformative partnerships that create jobs, expand industries, and unlock long-term growth for our peoples. We must also move beyond good intentions towards actionable outcomes that deliver tangible benefits for businesses, for investors, and for people. The agreements signed between our institutions must now translate into factories, into infrastructure, technology platforms, logistics corridors, industrial parks, and sustainable prosperity. Your Excellency, I appreciate your decision and your government's decision to open an embassy in Nairobi. And that has given momentum to the relationship between our two countries. Having assessed the opportunities available between our two countries and the immense relationship that can be built by our two economies, we will immediately open a Consular General office here in Astana and progress it to a fully fledged embassy by next year to help consolidate the agreements that we have signed and to give impetus and momentum to the relationship that will shape the growth in our two countries. Kenya is ready for investment, ready for partnership, and ready to work with Kazakhstan in shaping a new era of economic cooperation linking Africa, Central Asia, and the global markets. I encourage the business leaders gathered here today to actively explore Kenya's vast opportunities across energy, mining, infrastructure, logistics, agriculture, technology, and industrial development as we deepen economic cooperation between Africa and Central Asia. Mr. President, as I told you earlier, Kenya exports huge amounts of cut flowers, horticulture, vegetables into Europe. When you mentioned to me earlier that you buy most of your flowers from Amsterdam in Netherlands, I told you those flowers actually come from Kenya. And we see a bigger opportunity by establishing direct connectivity between Astana and Nairobi. And therefore, Mr. President, we will immediately explore opportunities for a bilateral air service agreement between our two countries to facilitate direct flights between Nairobi and Astana. And in so doing, we will not only create more momentum for people-to-people movement, but also the transport of goods and services between your region here in Central Asia and our East African region. Your Excellency, I also want to commit that the logistics hub in Mombasa and in Lamu will be available for your companies to use them to access the region in the East African region. And I'm very happy that we are now discussing a hub here in Astana to serve as a logistics hub for products from Kenya, ranging from tea and coffee and macadamia and avocados, and our vegetables and flowers into this region. This is a very exciting moment, Mr. President, for us as we explore these opportunities that now give reason for our closer relationship between our two countries. Let this forum mark the beginning of a lasting partnership between our two nations and our two regions. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. President. Esteemed guests and participants, with this, Kazakhstan-Kenya Business Forum formally concludes its work. On behalf of the organizers, I would like to thank you for your participation and wish you success in turning discussions into lasting partnerships. Thank you. Dear participants, please join us for the presidents for the family photo.